And welcome to the 100 Door Tour. Hey, hey, hey. What's going on, guys? It's your boy WJ. I'm just going to get right into it. We are wrapping up week two of this 100 Door Tour. Um, the week foundational courses. The week two was the highlighting the local teams, who you want to get on your team, who you want to lock elbows with. You don't want to just do all this by yourself. You want to sort of cast a wide net to help you canvas, if you will. So I took a few screenshots. We're gonna get straight into it, and then kind of on to some of the week three activity as well. So we were talking about building a local team. So I'm gonna just drop some of the screenshots, if you will. We're just gonna go over like maybe four things. Trying to keep this short and sweet for you guys. So anyway, he touched on having a local power team. So your deal team, your money team, and your property team, right? So your deal team, obviously this is kind of like broken up into acquisitions, private money, raising money, banking, financing type of thing, and then the property management. So, your deal team with the acquisitions and everything, you want to have your listing brokers, right? Obviously you want to have people in place who are active in the market, who are actively posting deals online, talking to sellers. Not to say that you shouldn't be talking to sellers either. Me personally, I like to talk to sellers. I like to, I come from the world where we're just going direct to seller. So this will be, a little new for me, but I like to kind of, mix up the two strategies, if you will. So I will be looking to talk with brokers as well as talk with sellers. I mean, why not? Who's to say? There are rules to this. But you also got REO brokers, real estate owned brokers, attorneys, insurance agents. So a lot of these guys are also they got their hands in the pot. They got they're kind of in a mix with all of these different apartment operators, if you will. So it's good to have them on your team, and it's not just like you're limited to one. I would say, for whatever market you're in, if you got three or five markets, you want to make sure you kind of got three to five, if not more, brokers and listing agents and all that on your team to kind of like help you look for deals. And then your money team, man, I'm so fortunate and to the fact that I have I can just literally go here real quick, guys, and show you all like I have a inbox full of lenders. I can go to this lending box and just pull up all of these different lenders here. I can go to our Mojo database and look into, or we built an organic list of lenders. So you definitely want to have people, you can go out there on Facebook groups, Instagram. You can just type in, hard money, private money lender, whatever, and you'll see a whole lot of different companies popping up. There's so many different funds out here that needs to place their capital into performing assets. So that shouldn't be a hard thing to find. Mortgage brokers, you want to have those guys on your team as well. So, maybe working with some small community banks, um, private money investors. We'll get into that. So, because these are people you're raising money from. These can be accredited investors or non-accredited investors. So, I won't get too much into the weeds on that, but that's stepping into SEC territory. But you know, there's like a B fund and a C fund. I think 503B, 503C, but like I said, I won't get into it. But there's an unlimited amount of accredited investors you can have on your team, and that can invest with you. And then there's rules about approaching people. You have to have pre-existing relationships with most of the people you try to raise money from that aren't accredited. So anyway, moving on, property team. So pre-close, obviously you want to have inspectors, surveyors, contractors on deck. When we talk about walking property, right? So we're actually about to do that come this weekend, April 15th and 16th, out in San Antonio. We will be walking some property. We will be having contractors out there. This is a real live uh, situation here. Like this is a property that's under contract and everything. So it's going to be pretty cool to see the ins and outs of that. And it's interesting because this is my second time actually been to a San Antonio property walkthrough. Now that I think about it, because I went to one way back in like 2016 or 17. I just didn't have a clue what I was doing. I just wanted to just go out there and see what was going on and kind of just take action. And here I am back at it. So anyway, um, you want to have all these guys on your team, and contractors obviously, they're going to be able to tell you the ins and outs, the exterior, the interior of everything that needs to be kind of done, repaired or replaced. Um, Property managers, these guys are going to really be instrumental to your team in terms of knowing what to really look for, knowing they kind of have a really good private eye. They got like an inspector's eye, like one of those intangibles you can't really look up on YouTube, or these guys can tell you all about a property that you would never even think about. So post close, you still want to have contractors and property managers on deck, so that they can, obviously help you with operating the property. So, and you want good contractors and managers. You obviously, I mean, you know that, right? So, you want to have these guys vetted out. So he talks about that, and he goes into some pretty good details. But again, I would just kind of glance over some of the stuff here. But yeah, man, Tyler, as usual, does a pretty great job. There's a template here. That was like a spreadsheet that breaks down, see, your title agent, insurance broker, attorney, litigation attorney, SEC. Get all these guys, right? So you want to make sure you're rubbing elbows with all these people, man. It's just going to help you on the wrong one. 1031 exchange specialist, like, man, you know, just good stuff right there. So what else? So then he goes into talking about the three target returns and model. So there's different models of how to structure and go into a deal. So a JV, which is like a joint venture, you can be a syndicator and raise private money. You can do value add propositions where you can basically go into a property that's distressed and bring raise the rents up via fixing the property or via lowering the expenses somehow or better management. Core Plus, I still need to kind of see what's going on with the Core Plus. I didn't get too much of a good understanding of that, so I'll revisit that. But the major ones he liked the best is the syndicator and the value add. So he's had the most success with that. Returns, you want to look in your internal rate of return, your cash on cash return, equity multiples, cap rate. So you definitely want to have a benchmark of these, if you will. Uh, Kind of shop this around and see what's the desired rate for everyone out there when you're talking about raising money from equity partners. Size and price, you want to have, what number of units are you targeting? Are you doing 50? You doing 100? Doing 150? 200? What are we doing here? The purchase price, the equity piece. So, we definitely want to have a target on this, so you're not. This is just to help you not be all over the place, right? So once you got something that come across your desk, if it's 3,000 units, if this is like 50, $500 million, I mean, hey, you get there, right? But obviously starting out, you probably want to just make sure you kind of keep it grounded, keep it at a level where you can kind of get your feet wet and everything. So, um, and then the equity piece, you want to identify that for yourself as well. Types, you definitely want to understand what property class are we going for. So we like C class and B class, and B class areas if we can. What kind of vintage style? Are we doing 1980s, 70s? Well, Are we doing garden apartments? High, it's not really going to be high rises if we're talking about C classes for the most part. But pitch roof. What kind of exterior outing, if you will. What kind of outfit do we have? Are we looking for? Stucco, brick. What kind of siding and all that good stuff. The location, obviously, this is important. So you don't want to be, you know, 200 miles outside the MSA. I mean, it depends. If you're in Texas, honestly, you can be 200 miles outside the MSA, and you can probably do good up the I-35 corridor. But honestly, you want to be maybe in the primary, secondary, tertiary market. Um, guys can kind of look that up and see based on the population size, and how in the proximity of how close you are to the highways and interstates. What that will look like for you. You gotta iron that out, right? So okay, and so we got that. Um, Talk about scarcity versus abundance. Take a screenshot of that if you will. We on the abundance side here, baby. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Um, all right, and we talked about the attorneys and agents. We got scripts, man. They got some fire scripts on deck to how to talk to attorneys and what to really say to kind of get them on your team. And there's an introduction and some questions you ask. I'm just gonna scroll through that. All right. Referrals. Reminder you, because what you're doing is you're adding value in here as well. At the end of the day, some of these guys, when you're breaking out these scripts, you're going to see that you're going to introduce yourself, drop some credibility, time control, frame control, get a common ground. And then somewhere along the lines, you're going to show how you can add value. You're going to be serious and show how you can be a serious player for them to lean on as well. So here's a bunch of different brokerages. Oh man, this is awesome right here. So you got CBRE, this is like the biggest. Um, 90,000 employees. They're doing 337 billion in transactions, man, up to 2017. JLL, I'm sure you guys have seen them. A few others. So, again, I won't go through all this. Marcus Millichap, that's another popular one there. So you got all of that. Then we went into, some more broker stuff, action plans, Lootnet. Haha. They say Lootnet is the kind of the trash can of internet listings. Lootnet is the most heavily trafficked online commercial real estate marketplace, though. So I agree. So let's hop on there real quick, guys. Lootnet.com. I'm gonna just kind of glance around real quick. We're gonna go into let's see, some multifamily. We're gonna hop in Austin, Texas. All right, let's search around, see what we got. Let's look for some overpriced apartments in good old Austin, Texas. It's funny because they know everything is overpriced. That's why they come here, because they try to shop it around to their VIP buyers, their proven buyers. Like they try to shop this stuff already. So then they say, well, they don't want it. Let's just show it to the world. Maybe somebody else from overseas, California, New York, or somewhere. They maybe they might gobble it up. Maybe an institution buyer will gobble it up. So look at this, guys. You got is this a one unit available, $1.2 million for one unit? I just know that's not what that is, but it might be. It may very well may be. So look at this, 24 unit, a 4.7. So these are flats, $197,000 a unit, right? And it's just insane, like uh this is a C class. Did I see C? Oh wow, building C class, man. You know, I mean, that doesn't look bad as far as like some of the, regular schmegular, nice rental grade. They probably just repurposed this. I can tell they just repurposed it. Um, but nevertheless, 24 unit. Um, so 4.7, man. I can imagine that thing is probably like a two cap or something. Ugh. But anyway, I don't want to get into the weeds of that. But looking for residential brokers too. So a lot of them don't have a buyer's list, so they immediately put the property on the internet so they can see if they can sell it. Fizbo, I did a little funny video about Fizbo. My dog seeing a 50-unit Fizbo apartment, and he was just breathing real hard, slobbering at the mouth. It was pretty cool. Check it out on YouTube. Let's see, it's a short. And yeah, active listing brokers create an email alert. So you want to definitely be on these alerts. They're coming through just like Zillow. They always send me alerts like crazy. I'm probably about to turn them off. So yeah, you got all that, man. And then so breaking it down into the property management. So, you got some questions here. You wanna interview these guys, man. You wanna interview them. They're interviewing you as well, but most importantly, you're really interviewing them to see, how long they've been in business, how many units they manage. Have you ever had to fire a client? What's the reason? Have your firms been sued by any clients in the past 5 years? Just really pick their brain, really understand why. Or you can even act as a renter. You can go in and just kind of like, inquire about the property, act like you're really trying to rent the place, and just kind of see how their customer service is, and how excuse me, how everything is, so that you can kind of make the best judgment and decision on, okay, well, these guys got their stuff together, so I may want to come back, that type of thing. What else? And then we took some other screenshots with more property management services and requirements. So yeah, the property managers are like is they have they're like an octopus, like in terms of how they can extend your network. So they have all these vendors they're attached to, all the staff, and you got all the reporting down pack. The loss mitigation, lenders. I mean, you name it. Like they can really be the hub and the make or break of your business when it comes to operating multifamily. So, you want to treat them right. You want to make sure you can not just get the best and the best and the best and the best. You want to make sure you can treat them right and make sure and assure them to be and give them good incentive for them to be the best. Because a lot of them just kind of take from you if you don't really treat them right, if you don't pay them right, all that good stuff. So um, you got that, and then I think more property management stuff when it comes to due diligence. Oh my goodness, they give you some, like I said earlier, they give you a lot of good in-depth knowledge on lease audits, uh, with different contractors that they deal with, deferred maintenance, how they can walk property and identify different deferred maintenance. So property market knowledge or provide market knowledge of the property. So I mean, you just it's kind of like an all-in-one with property managers. So you gotta definitely have some good ones, interview some good ones, just practice, call someone, some different ones up. Maybe you can hit up Austin, Texas, top property managers, and just literally called like the top these guys: Austin Landmark, Stone Oak, 1836. Just hop on the phone, have a conversation with them, hop on their website, see what's good, fill out their form, get on their list, whatever, and just network, man. That's really all what it comes down to. So um, and then lastly, they're going to be good for your business plan too. They're going to be good to help you with your business plan, provide a good timeline for renovations, um, a market analysis for rents, feedback on amenities, how to navigate evictions, help with Section 8. I mean, all this stuff, man. Just take a screenshot of this guy and just run with it. Again, this is valuetainment, man. I really want you guys to, you know, uh, take this information and run with it. Like that's what I'm doing. So this is all not perfect, not scripted. I'm just literally kind of going through this real quick, and it's already 20-minute mark. So man, I'm gonna end this right now. I really appreciate y'all uh, for tuning in for the week 2 wrap up. Week 3, we will be going over. I actually already been doing week 3, some of the week 3 courses, which is talking about, geez, if I can get there, let me go to the dashboard. talks about the money money teams and internal teams. So, we covered the local here, and then we get down to the nitty gritty with the money and internal teams. But they mentioned that I will need to actually go to the fast track event courses. So this is for our walkthrough, guys. So we're going to be walking apartments. So they got all these different walkthroughs. This last one was in South Carolina, but we're going to do one in San Antonio, like I said. So I will be reviewing all this stuff this week. Oh wow, this is short. Look at that. This is 0 for 1. Okay. Oh wait. Well, 20, 30, 40. Average of 25 to 30 minutes or whatever. 20 to 30 minutes videos for each joint. So that's cool. Um, I hope y'all can hear me, man. I swear, I would be very pissed if I did this whole video and y'all can't hear me, because I can't hear him. And that's not good. But anyway, I am signing out here. I appreciate you guys once again for tuning in to the $100 Tour. It's your boy WJ signing off. Peace.